Normally, this place wouldn't even be open on a Monday night, but for Game 1 of the College World Series Finals, they got a packed house. The last time the Saltillo Tigers won a state championship in baseball, you couldn't Google the final score. It's because Google didn't exist in 1972. Now, I'm not even from Mississippi, and even I couldn't leave the store without buying a shirt. Frazier's exploits on this field are what put him on the path that led to Alcorn State, 2 Super Bowl rings, and an NFL coaching career. Just inside of the football field, there are still piles of debris left in the wake of that EF5 tornado all those years ago. The Challenger League has been here in the Golden Triangle, providing a place to play baseball out under the lights for those who otherwise may not have gotten the chance. The manager tells me that close to 2,000 championship t-shirts were dropped off this morning, but nearly 2 hours later, half of those were gone. After years of being on the outside looking in, Mississippi State players will be among the first college athletes to get the chance to share in the profits of their play on the field.
They knew what they accomplished. They didn't have to be told. They didn't have to be celebrated. They knew what they accomplished.
10 years ago, Bubba Tacker could barely recognize the football field he had called home for so long as both player and head coach of the Smithville Seminoles.
Everything's just gone.
Just inside of the football field, there are still piles of debris left in the wake of that EF5 tornado all those years ago.
Football is just one part of those things that just brought life to the community. People gathered, people celebrated.
In just 10 seconds, it was all gone. But it wouldn't stay that way.
Smithville kids are tough. They always have been, and that's something about them.
To rebuild their town, they had to rebuild the football field.
Everybody was sitting down out on the field with 5-gallon buckets, picking up rocks, glass, nails.
Just months after the tornado wiped it out, the Seminoles were back on their home field. Former running back Turner Sanderson says he can't remember who they played that first game. He just remembers how they got there.
There wasn't a school around. There wasn't a rival or an enemy around per se that didn't offer us literally the jersey on their back.
One of the school's greatest gifts came from Hatley.
Hatley kids are brought up to beat Smithville, and Smithville's brought up to beat Hatley.
The storm displaced all students in Smithville. For the kindergarten through 6th graders, it meant the unthinkable, attending school at Hatley.
Of course, they had banners up. I think they were all dressed in maroon and white, just to take care of those kids.
It was a season of goodwill that will never be forgotten.
It meant a lot that there wasn't a missed season. We have achieved something. We are rebuilding here. As a community as a whole, that's something to smile about.
In the days just after the tornado, Tacker remembers getting a call from an elderly woman in Tremont.
Told me she had something in her yard that belonged to us and was sure we needed it back. Said it was our scoreboard off the football field. Kind of bent up a little bit.
But still there.
Yeah, it's still there. Still there.
Just like the team, just like the town. That was the moment last night when Mississippi State fans realized they were national champions. The Bulldog faithful packed into bars and restaurants in Starkville's Cotton District to watch Game 3 of the College World Series, poured out into the street to start a celebration that has been years in the making.
Every dog has its day. We finally got ours. Finally got ours. I've been growing up a State fan ever since I was in diapers. We did it. We did it.
My grandparents have been waiting for this for like 50 years. I'm a third-generation Mississippi student, and I'm proud to be a Bulldog.
As the Diamond Dogs raised the College World Series trophy, it meant the end of years of frustration and heartbreak for NSU fans.
This is for the women's basketball team. This is for every time we've worked our butts off trying to get that national championship, and we've gotten this close.
To have it come as the baseball program being the national champion is just a dream come true, and I know how excited everyone is about that.
And while some fans started celebrating, others got to work.
As soon as the last pitch hit, we started printing our shirts, and we had someone at our headquarters drive this morning bright and early.
The manager tells me that close to 2,000 championship t-shirts were dropped off this morning. But nearly 2 hours later, half of those were gone. Manager Ann Gray Flowers, an MSU grad, was in Omaha at the game and flew back overnight just to make sure they could provide Bulldog fans with their long-awaited championship gear.
This is the biggest thing that's ever happened in Mississippi State history, and we are supplying shirts, and we got to get them out because everybody wants them.
With a victory parade set for Friday, the celebration isn't stopping anytime soon. In Starkville,
Go Dogs!
Stephen Pimpo, WCBI News.
I used to sit down and watch WCBI and see who some of the heroes were in our area, and would one day hope that I could ascend to greater heights. I wanted to be able to, do well in Columbus, but I wanted to go beyond Columbus.
Nearly 1,000 miles from Columbus, Lee High School alum and Friendly City native Leslie Frazier is very much beyond the town where he grew up as he prepares for another season as defensive coordinator and assistant head coach for the Buffalo Bills. But don't think he's forgotten his hometown. Last week, Frazier surprised the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Golden Triangle with yet another generous donation.
And I was one of those young kids growing up at that point. And those programs that are provided by the Boys are some of the programs that kept me from getting in trouble.
Frazier's exploits on this field are what put him on the path that led to Alcorn State, 2 Super Bowl rings, and an NFL coaching career of over 20 years. But without the programs with the Boys and Girls Club, Frazier says he might have never found that path.
It just kept me from, going down a path that would have kept me from becoming the person I am today.
For Frazier, he says the safe environment and stability of the organization helped him get involved and even gravitate towards sports.
I mean, just being able to come over and shoot basketball, play around with the guys and other students.
As part of his mission of giving back, Frazier hopes other kids at the Boys and Girls Club and all over Columbus can look at what he's done and believe they can do it too.
I hope that I'm able to model that your dreams and aspirations can come true, even from little bitty Columbus, Mississippi, that you can reach, great heights.
I am here at Two Brothers in the Cotton District, where fans are all set to watch the Dogs in Game 2 of the College World Series Finals tonight. How's everyone doing? I think that is easy to see why, with atmospheres like this all over the city, some fans have dubbed Starkville Omaha South. And with the extra business that all these watch parties are drumming up, restaurant owners and Diamond Dog fans alike are hoping for a W so that everyone can be right back here tomorrow.
They expect that atmosphere when they come. They expect to have a good time, and we cheered like we were in Omaha, that's for sure.
Unfortunately, not every Mississippi State fan could make it to the College World Series.
Everyone who I've ever known is actually in Omaha now, and I actually don't have cable.
So the bars and restaurants of Starkville are creating that game day atmosphere right here in Mississippi's college town.
We were full downstairs, big excited crowd, everybody's ready, and I expect to have the same thing tonight, hopefully.
Two Brothers Smoked Meats is one of the 21 restaurants holding watch parties for the College World Series Finals.
People came in large groups. I think we had a couple groups of 10 or more come in, ordered a bunch of food, got their drinks, and we're here for the duration of the game.
Normally, this place wouldn't even be open on a Monday night, but for Game 1 of the College World Series Finals, they got a packed house. And they weren't the only ones.
We had a full house in front of all of our TVs. The bar was wrapped. We had some folks that made reservations so they could be at a table or booth close to the TVs.
Central Station Grill General Manager Terry Long says Bulldog fans of all ages were on hand to watch State take on Vanderbilt Monday night.
To be able to have something like this on a Monday night, I mean, you're talking, in some restaurants probably doubled their normal sales.
And after the toll that 2020 took on the restaurant business, it could not have come at a better time.
They've had a tough year, and it's a great opportunity for us to be able to promote them and to encourage folks to get out and experience Starkville's culinary scene.
And while state fans hope the Diamond Dogs can bring that World Series trophy home, Starkville has already won.
It's been fun to watch the Dogs, and it's helped out the city a lot.
The last time the Saltillo Tigers won a state championship in baseball, you couldn't Google the final score. It's because Google didn't exist in 1972. And you won't find any posts on Twitter or Facebook about the Boonville Blue Devils' last championship because neither was a thing in 1999. Both teams came into Saturday wondering, would today be the day they change history? First up, Saltillo versus Pascagoula for the 5A state championship. Bottom of the second, Tigers down by 1 early, but then the bats came alive. Second baseman Jake Prather gets Saltillo's first RBI. Then it's catcher Matthew Roncalli adding a shot to cap off a 4-run inning for the Tigers. They're fired up. But top of the fourth, a 2-run knock would get Pascagoula within 1. Panthers would eventually tie it up, but the Tigers roared right back. This RBI double by Ben Webb made it 9-5 in the 6th, and that would do it. The Saltillo Tigers win 9-5 for the first time since 1972. They bring home the 5A state title, and Coach Eric Reynolds was overcome with emotion after the game.
It's been a long time since we had championship baseball. And those guys right there have put in the work and believed in our system and bought in completely. And that's why it's all them. It's just we give them the stuff to do every day, and they come to work every day ready to go.
For my freshman year, the senior class were sophomores, and they lost against Lafayette North Half, and that gave us something that we played for, and it brought us together more. And like any team that Saltillo's ever had, we're more of a family than anybody else, and we play together like it. And this is for our city, because it hadn't been done in a while.
The final game of the 3A championship featured the Boonville Blue Devils taking on the McGee Trojans. Boonville all over McGee early, up 6-1 after 2. But bottom of the third, Brennan McNair goes air. McNair sends this ball on a non-stop flight out of the park. 2-run dinger makes it 6-3, but fourth inning, Boonville turns back into Boomville. Bryce Lindsay hammers one down the middle for a 2 RBI double. It's part of the Blue Devils' second 4-run inning of the day. They weren't done. This Eli Jones RBI in the 6th extended the Blue Devil lead to 11-3. McGee with a line drive to short, and that is it. Another 20-plus year championship drought is over. The Boonville Blue Devils win 12-4, take home the 3A state title trophy for the first time since 1999.
I don't think they ever had any doubt, even after the setback in Game 1. And what can I say? 12 seniors, man. That old team, they'll get you there. A lot of experience in that group, and I don't think they ever doubted for a second they'd be standing right there holding that trophy.
We were smoking the ball. We had the pitchers timed up well, and Coach tells us, just go up there and be aggressive at the plate, and that's what we did.
First time since '99, man. How's it feel?
Feels amazing. I can't even put it in words.
I think it's safe to say that when each team gets back home, they're going to party like it's 19-something. In Trustman Park, Stephen Pimpo, WCBI Sports.